Hey, welcome to Jimmy's Records and Tapes. This episode, I'm doing my top 5 songs that are named after the band. We'll figure it out later.
We've got it on vinyl, CD and cassette.
We've got pop, rock, heavy metal, punk, funk, rap, and new wave. All sales are final, but you'll never regret all the music you get at Jimmy's Records and Tapes.
I'm loving music again. Hey everybody, welcome to Jimmy's Records and Tapes. I'm doing an Elvis impression because I'm wearing an Elvis shirt. And some may argue that was not an Elvis impression. And I would agree with that person. If that person said, that's a horrible Elvis, I'd go, yeah, it was. I wasn't really trying to do an Elvis. I'm not Frank Gorshin. I'm not Rich Little. I'm not a man of 1,000 voices. Well, good, you can't do 2. You know what? I got an Elvis shirt, and I'm with you. I'm not 100% sure why. But I like it. You know, a little less conversation, a little more t-shirt, please. That wasn't a bad Elvis. Maybe I'm going to start a band called Bad Elvis. That's a pretty good name for a band. And then I do nothing but, you know what? I do nothing but Elvis covers, and I'm not a good singer, so it's not misleading, right? I'm advertising exactly what you're going to get. Tonight, Bad Elvis, and you show up and it's this idiot in a jumpsuit singing Suspicious Minds, caught in the trap, I can't walk out, 'cause I love you too much, baby, in the ghetto, and the mother cries. As advertised. Tonight, one show only, Bad Elvis. Hey, here's what's happening this week on Jimmy's Records and Tapes. This was a tweet request, and this is, somebody asked me what my favorite song is by a band that also has a song with the same name as the band, which I'm always weirded out by. I always think it's weird that they have a song and then they're like, hey, hey, what should we call our band? I don't know, we have that song, Bad Elvis, let's just call it Bad Elvis. And it's like, thumbs down, man. Thumbs way down. Anyway, these are 5 great songs by 5 bands you may or may not like. Number 5, Talk Talk by the band Talk Talk. This comes off the 1982 album, The Party's Over. The Party's Over. Not that song, sir. That is a classic song that your mother would sing at the end of every Christmas Eve party to get the family out of the house. The Party's Over. Talk Talk is a great synth pop band. They're also called post pop. I like them. I like Talk Talk. And the song Talk Talk is great. So if you don't know them, check it out. And again, it's number 5 song named after the band Talk Talk by the band Talk Talk. They really should have named the album Talk Talk. They mucked it up by calling it The Party's Over. All that really did was give me the excuse to sing the song that my mom sang at the end of Christmas Eve. The party's over, somebody turn out the lights, or something like that are the next words. They call them lyrics when it comes to music. That's not necessarily true. Sometimes they'll say words and music by so-and-so. So get off my back, man. Not a misspeak. Number 4, In a Big Country by Big Country off the Crossing album from '83. Kind of a cheat, right? Because it's not just Big Country, it's In a Big Country. It's almost like off Chicago 11, Take Me Back to Chicago, right? Not technically a song that's named after the band. It's talking about going back to Chicago. And here, it's a song called Big Country, and they're talking about being in a big country. So, kind of a cheat? Nah, not even kind of. I think it's a cheat. These guys are cheats. That's the thing about Big Country, man. That's a band full of cheats. But number 4, great song, right? They got that guitar that sounds like bagpipes. They've also got a great album that came out a couple of years after that called Peace in Our Time. Great song on there called King of Emotion. Also, the title track is great. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this cheating band. This cheating band. Number 3, Bad Company by Bad Company. And I want to say the album is also Bad Company. I think we got the trifecta here. I think we got the song, the LP, and the band. Bad Company off Bad Company's Bad Company. 1974, written by Paul Rodgers and Simon Kirke. It's got that amazing piano riff. This is fun. I did this. I did their podcast. Jeff Giles and Matt Wardlaw, and who also writes for Ultimate Classic Rock. He said this is the all-time best Bad Company song. I don't know. Feels like Making Love's a pretty good tune. But you know what? It's Bad Company. Till the day he might be right. So, Matt Wardlaw, I apologize for almost thinking you were wrong upwards of 12 seconds ago. You're right. This is the all-time best Bad Company song. Bad Company by Bad Company off of Bad Company. Number 2. This is off. We got another trifecta. Guys, we got to ring the bell. Ring that bell. We got another trifecta. Ooh, the horses are in the gate. This is Iron Maiden by Iron Maiden off Iron Maiden, 1980. Paul Di'Anno on the vocal before Bruce Dickinson came in with the Number of the Beast album. Di'Anno had a raspier voice, more of a punk feel. But boy, this is a great song, great album too, right? It's got that Running Free on it and Phantom of the Opera. The band Ghost just did a cover of that, which is pretty good. So check that out if you haven't, but certainly check out the original by Iron Maiden off of Iron Maiden by Iron Maiden. Right? That's right. Another trifecta, 1980, written by Steve Harris. The great thing, this is the one song that they have never dropped, from what I understand, that they've never dropped from the set list, because when they play this, that's when Eddie comes out. They got that big mascot that comes out, and night after night, Bruce Dickinson kind of makes fun of it, because I think after all these years, he, like me, may be a little embarrassed that that guy's going to come out. And when I say embarrassed, I mean excited. Number 2, Maiden, Maiden, Maiden. Scream for me, number 2! And my number 1 song by a band that named a song after them, but they didn't. Here's what happened. This song is by the band Night Ranger, and I got to be honest with you. Now that I'm saying all this out loud, I don't know if this is number 1. Let's make this number 3. Let's make Bad Company 2, and then let's go Iron Maiden number 1. Let's do that, okay? Yeah, we're going to do that right here. Are we going to fix it in post? Nah. It's happening in the moment. So here's the deal. Talk Talk 5, In a Big Country 4, Night Ranger, and we'll get back to that in a second. Night Ranger by Night Ranger, number 3, Bad Company 2, and then Iron Maiden by Iron Maiden number 1. So number 3 is Night Ranger off the Dawn Patrol album from 1982. Here's the deal. Night Ranger was originally called Ranger, and they had a song called Night Ranger on their album. Then when album covers, everything was already produced. They realized there's a country band with the same name, so they had to change their name to Night Ranger. And I got to imagine their logo and everything. And they had to destroy all of those album covers. So if you have one of those originals, and I got to imagine maybe only Jack Blades does, lead singer, one of the lead singers of Night Ranger, bass player, maybe they have them as a collectible for themselves. Hey, look at that, son. Remember, my band was once called Ranger. Great, Dad. Number 3 is this Night Ranger by Night Ranger off of the Dawn Patrol album. So they originally did not set out to have a song named after them. It happened by default. But it's a great album. It's got that Don't Tell Me You Love Me with that double guitar solo coming at you. Brad Gillis and Jeff Watson dueling guitars. Are you kidding me? That's rock and roll, my friends. Rock and roll. I once saw Jack Blades at Barnes & Noble at the Grove here in Los Angeles, California. And I don't remember if this actually happened or if I just kind of wish this would happen. I wanted to go over to him, and if I didn't do this, if I did this, I don't remember doing it, but I don't think I did it. I wanted to go over and go, I got one question for you. Can you still rock in America? And I wanted him to then go, all day, all night. And we'd have a laugh. Number 3, Night Ranger by Night Ranger. And then again, reminder, number 2, Bad Company, number 1, Iron Maiden by Iron Maiden, off of Iron Maiden. Hey, it's time for this episode's Jimmy's Choice. You know how this works. Fanclub at jimmypardo.com. Send me an email. Use hashtag Jimmy's Choice over there on Blue Sky. Well, that's still around. Jim, why don't you go on Instagram or TikTok or one of those things? Because I'm not 12. You send me 2 artists or bands or concepts, and then I decide in the moment which one of those 2 I like better and get to live. That's how this works. The other people die. But Jim, what if they've already passed away? Who cares? It's all stupid fun. This comes to us from Jason Myers 72, Best Kiss Drummer. Oh, this is a triple play. Peter Criss, Eric Carr, or Eric Singer. Now, Peter Criss, of course, is the original, who I had his poster up all over my wall. I've said this many a times. I love the concept. I've seen Kiss 50 times. One would think that they're one of my favorite bands. I don't know if they are. I like them a lot. I think I love them. You know what? I'm all in on Kiss. I was in the Kiss Army, right? As we all know, I had to leave because I was willing to rock and roll all night. I was not willing to party every day. Right out of the act. Here's what I like the idea of. The concept of Kiss sitting around going, hey, why don't we dress up in makeup? And they go, that's a great idea. Gene Simmons says, I'm going to be a demon. And then Paul Stanley says, I'm going to be the world's greatest lover and a star with a star and big bright lips. And then Ace says, I'm going to be a spaceman. And then Peter Criss says, I'm going to be a kitty cat. And the other three go, well, there's other ideas. Let's think about it. He goes, nope, I've got 9 lives, man. I'm going to be a kitty cat. And they all went, okay, well, the good news is he's hidden behind the drums. That said, I grew up thinking he's a great drummer, right? The drum solo on Alive for 100,000 Years, that alone is great. The drum solo off of Alive 2 and I Want You, I believe it's in. Great drum solos. Those are great drum solos. His, you know what? We always talk about Ace Frehley's Shock Me, how it's Ace Frehley's vocal and a great guitar solo, but the drums in Shock Me are great. He's a great drummer. Then Eric Carr comes in, and man, he's got the booming drums. If you don't think the drums in I Still Love You or Creatures of the Night are great, or No, No, No off of Crazy Nights, great drummer Eric Carr. He passed away. We lost him too soon. And Eric Singer, who's been with the band longer than those two ever were, is great too. Eric Singer's a great... I once ran into him at Ralph's. I was behind him in line, in the checkout line, and I said, Eric Singer? And he turned around and he said, yes. And I said, just want to tell you I'm a big fan. And he said, oh, good. I thought you were issuing me a summons or something. And we had a laugh over our groceries and produce. They're all great drummers. I can't decide, but I think for nostalgia and sentimental reasons, I'm going to go with Peter Criss. Hey, that's this episode of Jimmy's Records and Tapes. I thank you for stopping by with me, kicking off the shoes and watching me count them down, whether it be in order or not, right? That's how we do it here on Jimmy's Records and Tapes, loose and goose. Don't forget, if you like this stuff, subscribe, hit the, clang that bell. You got to ring that bell, ring the bell. Also, we got a Spotify playlist. Head over there, Jimmy's Records and Tapes, where you can hear all the stuff that I just talked about. Follow me on Blue Sky at jimmypardo.com. And of course, please come and follow us, the great award-winning podcast that I host called Never Not Funny. I thank you again for joining me. Until next time, the record is in the sleeve.